cleared the room. He put them all out. He went in like a soldier. Kingdom of heaven suffers violence. Now don't worry, this light's bright, right? There's nothing in the gun, hands off the trigger, right? Light's bright, laser's there. I can get you any one of it. He had to target the unbelief.
Come on, sir.
He had to get rid of the unbelief that was filling the room. He had to clear the room. You have to learn how to clear a room.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Racha Hakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to the other elders and brethren, you fellow believers of this truth. Shalom to you, supporters of this truth. Shalom to the elect. So, the Wierd Judah tribe sent me this clip, and I just took the portion of it. It seems as the pastors are going through all the stop. They're pulling out all the stops, right? They're doing whatever they, can you imagine if this was a Hebrew Israelite doing this? This would be insane, right? Especially in a controlled environment. It's supposed to be, you're going there for a place of so-called refuge. At least the people are. And this man walking with an AR. I kind of get it, to stare their minds up and see the seriousness of the truth. But that's why you got prophets, to fear the Lord, right? This man walks in with an AR. Man, I'd have got up and walked out of that church, man. And if I didn't, I'd have made sure I recorded it and never came back. So anyway, I'm just reading. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm just going to read a couple scriptures and then commentate. I don't know. This is 2 Corinthians 4, verse 2. It says, but have renounced the hidden things. Let me go to 4 and 1. Therefore, seeing we have the ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word deceitfully, but by manifestation of truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of God. Right? So the scriptures say, let me go here. Let me just have to bring this out real quick. Where am I at? 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God, Yahweh, to pulling down the strongholds. Right. So this truth is weaponized enough. How we teach, and we teach the real deal. My question is, if the street apologists say we teach such a false doctrine and we're evil and we're hurting people, this man is walking in the church with an AR-15 around his neck. Make no mistake, this is how them Christian nationalists going to get down. This is that old spirit of Christianity coming back. This is an example of that. This is why you see that stuff going on with Trump and those troopers. A lot of them are Christian nationalists. The ones they claim stormed the White House. Yeah. All right. Those Klansmen, those CKs, the Kirks. Yeah, they was out of the Protestant church, man. Those are those Christian nationalists. Right? He might even be one. Right? He just making the example. So let's go back. 2 Corinthians 4 and 2. I want to look up some words real quick. Try to make the video edifying. The hidden things, we are not ashamed because of shame. Right? This is what it says. It says, gather shame. A team embraces public disgrace, inward humiliation, and loss of honor before God and others. Right? So this is what it means. Okay? It says, a term embraces public disgrace, inward humiliation, and a loss of honor before the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? He's got that left hand energy going on. Right? It says, because of shame, not walking in craftiness, which goes to cleverness, sneakiness, adulterating, adulterate. Let's see what that says. Looks like this where it says dulu, right? It says properly lure, snare, using bait, holding out the worm and concealing the hook, to handle deceitfully, to ensnare, then to corrupt. Right? So we don't need guns in the church to teach. If this man wanted to have his AR in his church, that's his business. But to walk around up and down the aisle and trying to use the church, the gun for bait, to shake people's attention up. If you can't do it by speaking the word of the Lord, because only the word of the Lord can shake Jake up. First of all, prophecies has to take place for these things to happen. That's the only way Jake gonna wake up, man. Well, there's only the elect, but that's the only way Jake is gonna start seeing the times of trouble. Let's go on. The manifestation of commending ourselves through our conscience, right? So let's go to Galatians 1:10. This says, For do I now persuade men of God? For now do I persuade men or God? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Yahushua. They say Christ, right? This man is trying to put on an act so everybody can reference him and give him attention, right? It's like a circus. They kind of think, this is why we call the Christian church a circus. It's like they're trying to think, oh, what can we do now? Well, I've already did videos where they had a man gliding down from the ceiling on stirrups saying, are you ready for the return of Jesus? And everybody jumping around and cheering. You know, the Christian church is a joke. Firecrackers going off. They had break dancers in the church twerking. It's not about the church, right? It's about that money and who you can attract. If you can attract enough people, it's a payday, right? This is what some Israelite groups are doing. I mean, like IUIC, I don't know, but it's a payday. It's a payday for these guys. It's a hook. Meanwhile, they're committing adultery according to their eyes. They're sleeping with other men's wives, right? They're sleeping with other men, right? They got drugs. They're sleeping with your children. And the Christian apologists, the Christian defenders, they don't say nothing. I give it to the guy, what's his name, Corey Minor from Smart Channel. He will get on other Christians. I have to give him credit. But I don't see anybody else doing it. Now, they might throw a quick video in here and there, but to really expose these Christians for what's going on, they're not doing that, man. First of all, they're not even the real Christians. Let's say that. Let's just go to anointed. They're not the anointed. Let's go here. Ephesians 5:11. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. And that's what you have to do. You have to reprove them. Have no fellowship, unfruitful works. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. Why would you be in the church and a man walking up and down with a gun, holding an AR, with the light shining on you? That's sick, man. But what it is, the churches are going broke. The economy is getting worse. And they need more gimmicks, right? They need more gimmicks. Let's look up the word gimmick. They need more gimmicks. Especially, I guess it's spelled Gimmick. Something like that. Okay. It says here, gimmick. It doesn't say gimmicky. It goes down to a shtick. The theater jargon, stage routine, characteristics, act of a joke. Right? From Yiddish shtick. Okay, I didn't know that. That's what it says, shtick. Gimmick, literally a piece of slice, a slice, a sticker or piece play. Right? Let me go on down. Basically a gimmick. Let's go to gimmick. let's look this up in the in Google. Let's look up gimmick definition. All right, let's see what it says. A trick or device intended to attach attention, right? Publicity of business. This is these guys. This is the Christian church. 1 Thessalonians 2:1. For yourselves, brethren, know our interest in unto you, that it was not in vain, but even after we had suffered before, and were shamefully entreated, as ye know, at Philippi, we were bold in our God to speak unto you the gospel of God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, which much contention. For our exhortation was not of deceit, nor of uncleanness, nor of guile. See, what we teach, especially at Great Millstone, it's about the elect. Everybody else, including other Israelite groups, is about waking up a nation of people. And this is why they got to get these gimmicks, these marches and these cookouts, throwing big hot dogs and sardines out, a lot of that punch drink with the ginger ale in it, at the cookout, big old kielbasa hot dogs, hopefully beef or chicken, you know what I'm saying? This is what they got to do to keep the shtick going. Is Israelite groups throw the 20th annual big barbecue, right? It's all a shtick. The marches and marching to Kyrie, and then the lunch boxes. You sit down and eat a sandwich, and then you march the hell back home. What was the hell was the boots on the ground for? Doing no difference than the civil rights era, man. And these are all backed by 501c3 organizations. So, I don't know if this Christian, he's going to lose his status behind that. Or maybe, how Esau get down. They probably enjoy it, Anyway, that's pretty much.